Oh, sorry guys. I'm like not your best camera person today. I'm trying to adjust you guys. So I forget. Oh, it looks like I'm about to cry. Getting a little emotional, but I don't think I'm gonna cry. Hi y'all, it's your girl. It's hot. It's your girl, Kristeanna. Back again with another, I guess you can call this one a tea for the week, more like a chicken. I just went for a bit of a walk, hence a little bit of glisten that's happening here. I was feeling kind of sad today, and kind of on the verge of tears.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And then I realized a key component to, I'm gonna open this up, it's hot, and I didn't bring my keys out. Yeah, today I was feeling very sad. It was like, it wasn't that I was trying to give space to emotions that were a little bit long, but they were kind of popping up and creeping up. And so went outside to get a little bit more grounded and to get the last bit of, like, I guess, warmth from the sun before it goes down, and then I'm gonna go back in and get some work done. But I was walking just around the house, 'cause it's a pretty big yard, or a decent sized yard. And at first, I had some thoughts were like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why am I not here? Why am I not there? Like, kind of stuff. And I was like, this is making me sad. Like, this is making me sad. And so I was like, let me change the channel. So instead of all the, like, because I realized that sometimes I can be like my own worst enemy, as far as I can be very hard on myself. Yeah, if you see me, it's because I'm glistening. But I was like, let me just change the channel on this, because this is making me sad. I don't have to stay here. Yeah, what happened, the things that happened that I was getting a little sad about happened. I don't know where life was going to lead from here. But then I had this moment, and I was walking in the grass. I looked down, and I don't know what they're called, but they're like these little white bugs. And every time I took a step, they moved out the way. And as I was like, let me change the channel, because I'm sitting here like trying not to cry. And if I get a little emotional now, it's probably because now I'm happy. But they're going to be good tears. But them moving out the way, just kind of move out the way. And it was like, when you get into a certain space, change the channel, things will move and out your way to make room for you to walk through. Not only for preservation of their own selves, but because you're the master of this space. Like, this is your path. They'll move out the way. All the problems, all the blockages that feel like they're there, all the things that just feel like it's too hard, it'll make way for you to go where you need to go, if it's the path you're meant to walk. I had that profound, like, sometimes I like to watch nature. I'm not always a big fan of being in it. Like, I love nature, and I'm working on becoming better at being in it. But that, like, for me, nature I find inspiring. Like, there's so many little parables and lessons in it. And sometimes for me, when I'm in a mood, that's where I need to go. I need to go be at one with everything that is one. That is God, universe, light, life. And like, I still, and don't get me wrong, even though I changed the channel, I'm less inclined to cry. Yes, it's still a little bit of the sadness is still there. I think that sadness will be, I feel like it's going to find ways to resurface a lot, but it's just going to be something that I'm going to have to learn how to, like, I'll get better at dealing with it and better at letting it pass. I feel like that's going to be, it's because it's kind of like, no, like a loved one leaving you. But I decided, instead of being in that headspace, I decided that I'm gonna be love and abundance, love and light. Like, I am love. I am abundance. I am light. I'm everything I need to be already. And everything that I've been through was just lessons to become the me that I was already made to be. And now I'm better for it. Now I can move better for it. Move around better. And I didn't want to live in regret. I don't usually. But I didn't even want to have a moment of regret. And I started to feel like, though, that sadness started to kind of lift off. And then I started to smile. Like, it was just this inner smile, this inner peace. And just giving myself, like, just feeding in the benefits of the situation. And to me, like, looking at it from another lens, a different perspective, changing my mindset about it. I felt the weight of that sadness and loss begin to lift up. I felt the weight of that sadness, loneliness, all the stuff began to lift up. Of, like, dealing with this internally. Like, that, it's not that I'm alone, but, like, dealing with it internally. And not wanting, or not, because I don't want to keep pushing out externally. But yeah, so just changing the channel, looking at the glass half full, changing my perspective about it, appreciating that I got to experience that, and truly appreciating the people and persons I got to experience it with. Looking at the things that I got from it, and knowing that how I'm gonna move forward, my path, it's already on its way, and it's all the things that are in the way are already starting to clear, so that I may have my walk through, and knowing that my path is being cleared and making way for where I'm gonna go next. And I don't have to worry about where I'm gonna go next, because it's already happening. And that was just a profound lesson that I got in my meditation today. And sometimes I meditate differently. It's not always just quiet the mind, quiet this. Sometimes it's just working on practicing, changing the channel, changing a way I'm doing something if I don't like it, or if it's not serving me, to push myself to my higher self, to be one with spirit of spirits, holies of holies. It's not always easy sometimes, like when I'm in the emotional space, because I was like, God, why does this take so much work? To, like, when you're feeling sad, why does it take so much work sometimes to push yourself out of that space? And I realized because I didn't have the right tools and I wasn't doing it properly. Just not thinking about it, praying that it'll be over and that you'll be untethered from it, that'll also untether you from getting the full lesson that you're supposed to get. I'm not saying, and so at one point I was like, let me just embrace this pain. Not go rage with it, but embrace it as in, teach me what I'm supposed to learn. Let me embrace the good side of this pain. Let me embrace the good lessons of this pain. Instead of running from it, because sometimes I can try to avoid things. And I think, and it is a way of healing, but sometimes you can always avoid things. In this case, this one makes it a little bit harder to avoid it, at how everything's set up. So instead of trying to push it away, get as far away from it that I can, I was like, let me embrace the lesson in it, the beautiful lesson in it. Let me embrace how it's going to propel me to the other side. Let me embrace the me I can now be because of it. I'm not saying it's an easy thing, and yes, you still may cry a little. You still feel that twinge of sadness, but it lessens the impact of it. Because you're learning to see the beauty in it. And it's like, how do you see beauty in pain? By looking for the lessons. Looking for the you get to choose to be now. Looking at how you get to now operate, not to necessarily keep that pain from happening, but to help show others that path too. Not only for yourself, but for others. Because you go through things not only for yourself, but for others. Because we're all connected. I would lie if I said that this is what, going through, things that break your heart is easy. I don't even want to lie and say, there's a lot of our culture says, F that person, they whatever, and ill wishes to them, or I don't care no more, whatever, I wish the best, move on. But I'm realizing it's okay to care. It's okay to still love. It's okay to still have all those emotions, but you just want to place them properly and use them to propel your growth. Use it as the water and the sunlight to grow you. Because it's like fertilizer. Sometimes you use the trash and the waste for fertilizer. And as I said, you do that by looking at the situation and say, what did I learn? What can I get from this? To not necessarily come from a place where I can avoid this happening again. It's because that'll happen once you learn the lesson. It won't happen again once you learn a lesson. Things only happen again if you haven't learned your lesson. So if you look at, what is the lesson? What am I learning? How can I be better from this? Not from I'm not going to trust again. I'm not going to do this again. It's how can I take these tools to not only better myself, be better for the person who I'm leaving or who's being left behind from the situation, or who I'm separating from the situation, or be better for everyone involved. Win-win. Everyone has to win. Or it's no deal. And I decided to look at how I can move in the future now differently, how I can love the person differently, that I can go through this heart, or how I can move, how everybody involved in this, or taking the pain points and those who are involved in the pain, how I can shift my perspective to appreciate the lesson from every perspective, my own, from theirs, from everyone. There's a lesson in so many different perspectives, and it's a beautiful thing. It hurts so bad, but it's a beautiful thing. And I'm trying to turn my pain into light. But I just wanted to check in. I am getting ready to go. Just what I gotta do. So always remember, my kind of design, designing your own kind of life, and never forget to dream. Bye, guys. Love you. And if you like it and you love it and you want more of it, this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and notification bell so you know when your girl's back on.